Hi, hello, how are you? Amanda, Seint Artist. We're gonna do our makeup. I'm doing the basic setup again, where I'm gonna be highlighting the blend brush this week. This is a really good brush if you're not into a heavy full coverage makeup and you want something nice and light. This is a great brush. This is also a great brush for doing under eyes, but today I'm gonna do my whole face with one blend brush. And I have my basic setup here, so if you decide, hey, this Seint makeup seems kind of cool, seems kind of easy, message me, send me a makeup-free selfie facing a window a couple of steps back. So you need to be inside, looking out the window and holding your phone in front of you. So I can just see all of your tones and get you matched. And then I'll match you with a laundry list of colors. But the first 4 colors are your basic setup. So you have your main highlight, your foundation, you have your brightening highlight, which is like your concealer, and it's usually 2 shades lighter than your skin tone, so it can brighten your face. Then there's contour, which is your shadow, and then lip and cheek. So this is a cheek color, but also can be a lip color, it can be an eyeshadow. Everything here is foundational coverage and can be used for lips, cheeks, eyes, all the things. Eyeliner, brows. You can use a contour as a brow. It can be done. All right, but today I'm just gonna do just my face. Lately I've been, whenever I highlight one brush, I put all the colors on and then I blend it. Today I wanna show another method, but still doing the one brush method. So what I'm gonna do is I am going to take the small end of my blend brush and I'm gonna tap in to my main highlight, which is Sandy, and I am gonna be putting it right here. So I'm just wiping it and I'm gonna smile and I'm gonna go outside of my smile line so I'm not applying to a crease, and then I can blend it. And I'm just using that little end and I'm pushing it around and I'm blending it where it needs to be. So it's essentially the beard. And so this is gonna just match your truest skin tone, and I'm bringing it towards my chin. I bring it to my nose, but I'm mainly just keeping it right here under my cheekbone and to my jaw. And then I'll just add a little more right here just because I have some discoloration from old acne scarring. That's something this makeup did for me. I used to break out really bad with cystic acne because I was using that 12-hour kind of makeup where it doesn't move all day, and then I'd set it with a powder and everything stayed all day. Nothing really moved. It got a little gunky in the areas that have a lot of movement, like my creases around my nose and in between my brows. But everywhere else, it didn't move, but it was also clogging and suffocating my pores, which was creating horrible cystic acne. So now I have scarring, and so this makeup with a very thin layer covers it because it's a high pigmentation. It's 80% pigmentation, where your traditional foundations are 18%. So I'm just gonna come over here and I'm gonna put those lines on, and then I'm gonna use little circles and I'm blending it out. So I'm able to take and put a heavy line on, but then I'm able to blend this out all over. And it's just so nice because it moves with your skin. It lives with your skin. It's foolproof. It's high coverage with little product. So I'm able to move that little bit I put on, because I don't wipe in my tiles. I tap it onto the ends of the bristles. And then I'm able to use, I use a really light touch. And our brushes are meant to work with the makeup. It's so good. And so I've just blended this out the way that I like it. And I've brought it, and I'm just gonna take what's left on the brush and almost do just this lower part of my chin, just like that. All right, I'm gonna tap in a little bit more, and I'm gonna go from the top of this brow and then arch it over to the other one. And then I'm just gonna little circle and just lightly blend it, not too much, because I'm gonna be adding other colors to that area. And so it'll be able to marry together really well. The next one I'm going to go to is I'm going to move over to my brightening highlight, which right now is white peach. And I'm going to tap this in between my brows. I'm going to use my finger and I'm going to go tapping down my nose, just like that. And I like a little more on the tip. I'm going to tap in and I'm going to go right here and do a little Charlie Chaplin, tap, tap. And I'm going to go right here on my chin. And this is basically bringing the lightness in. And so I'm going to take that little end of that brush and I'm just going to really lightly move this into that main highlight. And what this is doing is it's matching the brightness where the light reflects off my face, and it's marrying it and blending it together with my main highlight. So what this does, again, is this evens out the skin tone, matching the tones that are already there. That makes sense. Matching the tones that are already there rather than turning your whole face one color with one foundation, muting every color that's already there down to one, and then restructuring your face. Here we can put this makeup on in one layer. Everything again is foundational coverage, And so it's one layer of very thin product. Okay, next, I'm gonna go into the contour color Olive. I like highlighting different colors with all of these so you can see all the options. There's options for everyone. If you don't like a dark contour and you want it light because it's scary, or you just don't want it dark, you don't have to. There's contour colors for the lightest of skin tones to the darkest of skin tones. It's customizable and everything fits in one place rather than a big bag that you dig around in. All right, so I'm gonna take that small end, I'm dipping into Olive, and I am gonna push it. I'm gonna use my finger because this is a lighter contour. So I'm gonna put it on my finger and I'm gonna go over here and over here. And I'm just drawing on either side of my forehead. And I'm gonna take that little end and I'm just gonna use circles, and I'm just blending this in a circle, keeping it where it is, but blending it out, obviously. And it's meant to replicate a shadow. So it goes into the hairline, but we have natural contouring with our skull because our face is not one-dimensional, it is three-dimensional. And so I'm just blending this out to match those shadows that are already there on our skull. And it's what makes our face our own. All right, I'm gonna take the fluffy end, there's nothing on here, and I'm pushing my brightness out towards my contour and just marrying these together. Look at how even-toned this is. It's got makeup on, but it also looks so natural. That's how good this is. All right, I'm gonna go into my finger again. The contours can be a bit dense, so I like using the warmth of my finger to warm up the contour and transfer it onto my skin, and it makes it a little more blendable. So here I'm just going on either side of my nose, and I'm drawing two lines on the top of my nose, but also on the side. And this is a way I'm able to straighten where I have a little bit of a bump. And I'm also able to blend it up towards my brows a bit with my finger, and it narrows the tip by going just like that. Do you see how it just changed my nose? So I'm gonna take that little end again, and I'm just gonna lightly feather this up towards my brow because that's where our shadowing naturally goes. And I just go up and down, and I'm gonna pull this down my nose. Same thing over here. I'm just fluffing this up and down, bringing it to the brow, because again, shadowing, following the shadow. We were applying a shadow, and we're restructuring the nose because I have a bump. And you can put, everybody's nose is different. You can contour how you want your face to look. I'm gonna take my pointer finger, and I'm gonna tap over that highlight color. And this is just pushing that together, just like that. Look at my nose. It's a nice, natural, straight nose. All right, I'm gonna take my finger again. Now you can see I have natural shadowing for my cheeks. I am not going to apply my contour to that shadow. I'm gonna go just above it. So I have my cheekbone here, my shadow here. So I'm gonna go right in the middle. So you can feel where that cheekbone is. And so we're just gonna go like that. And we're not gonna go past the outer corner of the eye. So again, following that cheekbone in. And I bring mine to a curve because of my face shape. Your face shape determines the way you contour. If you have a very full face, you're gonna wanna contour more down and hold on to the back a bit. If you have a very long face, you're gonna wanna contour almost straight in, because if you pull down, it's going to accentuate. Every face is different, so you get to contour for you. Everyone's different, everyone. And everyone's beautiful, really. Okay, so I'm gonna take that small end of my brush, and I am going to, with little circles, circle but pushing up. Just like that. And I'm going to underblend it because I'm going to be adding a blush. And so it's going to be blending it even more. So especially with the lighter contours, you can blend it away so that it's gone. But if you underblend this, it'll work magically with the blush. All right. So I'm going to just take this end here, and I'm going to just fluff around on my main highlight close to that contour just to clean up a bit. I haven't done my under eyes. I like to do that last. All right, so we're gonna contour our jawline. This is really important because it's an area you don't always see really well, but other people do. So I'm gonna take my contour, and I'm gonna go in front of my earlobe, and I'm gonna pull this down. Now, if I'm looking this way, everybody can see that contour. I necessarily can't. So it's always good to be able to use your mirrors the best you can, because there is always that chance that you might not have blended it enough. I have left my house full on not blending it. And then I got in my car after standing around people and I'm like, ooh. All right, so I'm gonna use the fluffy end here and I'm going to, with little circles, I'm gonna push this up towards my cheekbone and then I'm gonna pull this down just like this and then pulling it down my neck. But I'm gonna make sure I'm looking in that mirror so I can see that it's blended down to where it looks like a shadow and not like a dirt mess. Because if you don't blend it enough, it can look like you have dirt on your face. All right, so I'm going to go up towards my cheekbone here, just blending that part that's in front of the earlobe, and then up and down the jaw, just like this. And I like this fluffy end because it grabs everything, and then I'm gonna pull down my jawline. Now I have a little visitor here, so I'm gonna go into my main highlight here. I'm just gonna cover that up, just like that. I can see it, it's under there. But I'm just gonna blend that down, and if you have an area you wanna hide right here, you can go into that contour, draw this, just shadow in that other chin that everybody has, everybody. And I'm just keeping it under there, but pulling it down. The key is pull down like this. Okay, I've contoured my face. Now I'm gonna go into the next color over, which is my lip and cheek. I'm using the color Cindy. It's such a pretty pink. It is one of the semi-glosses, so it works really well. It's very moisturizing. All right, I'm gonna take, and I'm just gonna do a fingerprint of it, and I am gonna go in the middle of my cheek here. Okay, taking Cindy, little middle of the cheek. And then I'm gonna take this fluffy end and I'm going to move it up and down and using circles to just blend this where I want it. Same here, just pushing this up, pushing it down. I like to apply, and then I'm gonna tap in just because I want a little more. It's buildable, so start with less. Less is more, but when you're doing your cheek, start with a little and then build where you want it. And Cindy is just this nice natural flushness to your cheek. I love that. Okay, so let's go and do the under eyes. So I'm gonna take the small end of my blend brush, push into it, and I'm gonna go under my eye just in this corner here and make a little fanned out triangle, just like that. I'm gonna come up here and I'm gonna push it right up here, and then I'll bring it down to the other one and start pushing and blending. I'm not wiping, I'm steepling and I'm pulling this down, and then I'm gonna flip it to this little end and I'm just gonna blend it super nice. It's just so good. I just like, less is more, especially on the under eye, because it's a soft tissue area. If you add too much product, it can accentuate that and make it look more mature than it is. There we go. I like flicking it down into that cheek. But look at how pretty those all work together. And look how brightening just makes that subtle difference. So I'm gonna go in right here. I'm gonna do this corner, do this outer corner, and then I'm gonna bring it together. I need to tapping across. I just tap back and forth, bringing it down, tapping it up, and just tapping. And that helps blend it out. It picks up excess. I'm gonna go onto my cheek here, and I'm just gonna marry this little color transition together. So pretty. I love this. That's it. That's my whole face. 4 colors, 1 brush. I just did my whole face. That's it. I'm gonna take my setting spray and I'm gonna spray up. I'm gonna let it fall. I am gonna take my contour here, because this is what's really nice about this makeup. Taking my contour, I'm gonna go under my lip and I'm gonna make a shadow. So I can take this little end and just buff that out, and it just creates that nice shadow that gives your lip a little bit of curl. I'm gonna take the same brown, the contour, olive, and I'm gonna go over my lip at the Cupid's bow, but on the lip. I'm not outside of it. Same here on the lip, pushing it out. I'm gonna go into Cindy, and look at how pretty that is. Oh, it's a good color. So I've just basically taken my whole palette and I've done my whole face and my lips. That's it. Message me if you want to try this. Have a great day.